Knowledge. What you don't know can hurt you. I would walk the continent for knowledge to understand me better, because it's my understanding of me that gets me my results. Bob Proctor. You cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that caused the problem. You must be exposed to the knowledge you need to change the mindset that got you to where you are in the first place. On page 4 of your workbook, for the activity entitled Clarity, write down your answers to the following questions. What do you dream of accomplishing? What goal do you want to set for yourself? What great things would you want to be, do, have, or solve if success was absolutely guaranteed and it was impossible to fail? Which of these items you've listed is most important to you? Choose the one that is your biggest priority. Why haven't you achieved this already? Which wall is blocking you? Time, money, confidence, or knowledge? There's a correct answer to the last question, and the title of this chapter should give you a hint. Let's look at those 4 walls a little more closely to see how this works. When you think about it, time is the same for all of us. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's the only thing that's fair. Learning how to manage and prioritize your time is a matter of getting the right knowledge. Money you can earn or get from almost anywhere, by doing almost anything. It tends to come when you add value to others in some way. Working out the best way to receive money is just a matter of getting the right knowledge. Every baby is born confident, and if you have learnt to have low self-esteem, feeling confident is also just a matter of getting the right knowledge. Therefore, your knowledge is responsible for all the results you have in your life right now. All your problems are based on your knowledge, or lack of it. The 4 walls we were faced with are really only one: knowledge. Knowledge containers. Think about the size of your knowledge and problems as containers. T. Harv Eker. Have you ever been chatting to someone and he or she said, "I have this great big problem," and after you've listened to the problem, you wonder, how is that even a problem? You thought that because you personally have a bigger container of knowledge on how to solve that problem. The other person's knowledge container regarding that problem is smaller. You can get a better perspective on problems if you think of problems and knowledge as different sized containers. When we are faced with a big problem, it just means our containers of knowledge are small. We need to grow ourselves to become big containers of knowledge, so our problem seems small. Confident people know they are bigger than their problems. Knowledge quadrants. Another great way to think about knowledge is in 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1. I know. These are all the things you're certain of. For example, I know my name is Bronwyn Jeffrey. I know where I live. I know my phone number. I know my family members, and so on. All the things I know. They are facts. Quadrant 2. I know, I don't know. These are all the things like, I know Spanish is a language I don't understand, but I know that it exists, and that I could understand it if I wanted. It's the same with the clarinet. I know a clarinet exists, but I don't know how to play it. This quadrant also refers to things you know but are not doing. For example, I know I shouldn't drink too much coffee, but most days I have a coffee. So knowing and not doing is the same as not knowing. Quadrant 3. I don't know. These are all the things you don't even know you don't know. Otherwise they would go in the I know I don't know quadrant. So how do you find out what you don't know you don't know? Sometimes it comes when you face a new life situation. For example, one day I was washing spinach from my local market, and a frog jumped into my sink. Now, I wasn't expecting a frog in my spinach, and I didn't really know anything about frogs. As I tried to pick up the frog, it jumped out of my hands onto the floor. It jumped along the floor, and then my husband tried to catch it. Hilarious! Then we had to work out what to do with the frog. Sometimes The only time we actually think is when we are faced with what we don't know. Not only does a big container of knowledge help us to solve our life situations more quickly, it also makes us feel more fulfilled in our lives when we constantly learn new things. I like to read lots of new books, listen to lots of audios, go to heaps of seminars, and watch educational programs and documentaries because I believe investing in my education helps me to be exposed to more things I don't know. If life is a game, as some people say, make sure you learn the rules, play it the best you can, and always be on the lookout for rules you don't know. Quadrant 4. I think I know, but I don't know. This final quadrant I learnt from successful entrepreneur Cain Minkus. It is this quadrant that can create the biggest obstacles in our lives. But of course, we are not even aware they are obstacles because we think that we know. It's not until you learn what you thought you knew is not true that you can resolve the obstacle. Self-talk. What would you do with an annoying finger constantly poking you and lecturing you? Poke, poke, you should have done this. Why haven't you done that? How come you said that? You're an idiot. You have no idea. Who's that? Is that red? Oh no, it's pink. A non-stop yabbering, poking finger constantly beating you up. What would you do with a finger like that? Cut it off? Smack it? Tape it up? Of course, what I'm referring to is your self-talk. And you don't want to hit yourself over the head. What we want to do is learn to control it. So to remind myself that all my results and problems are my knowledge, I make my hand into a fist, push the air and say, it's just knowledge. It's just knowledge. When I'm facing an unexpected situation, it's just knowledge. Use your knowledge to believe what serves you, to love your reality, and create your confidence within. If you have found this mindset tool helpful and would like to find out more about watching the next 24 mindset tools of the Create Your Confidence Within program, please visit our website at www.minddecisions.com.au.